as they meet Tampa Bay once again in Game 2.
San Francisco, so iconic, so pretty, reminds me of a short film. But instead, we're at a ballpark, which is still extremely photogenic. The Giants have called up Meckler to solve all their problems. This is his second big league game. Gabe Kapler is very protective. The very first pitch the batter sees is, yeah, just look at the head shake.
And just like that, he's found himself behind 0-2.
Wouldn't you know it, on the first vertical zone call, we run into problems. The TV graphic says ball, but the computer numbers say strike. Pulling it up on Baseball Savant, it's also a strike. So we're running into some problems which are twofold. First, of course, the TV problem we've talked about before, but it's compounded by Meckler being a rookie in his second big league game. Just not all that much data for him yet compared to a veteran.
Got him.
Meckler comes up in the fourth, and here we go again. By now, hopefully you're understanding a little bit more about why we can't use ABS full-time. TV says ball, computer says strike, Baseball Savant says strike, although less of a strike than last time.
Pitchers just have not been throwing in pitches out of the strike zone to him.
And nearly right away, Gabe Kapler gets tossed while the umpire looks totally befuddled, looking down at his indicator to check like he's really arguing strike one.
I don't know what he's arguing here. It's got to be strike zone, right?
Yeah, I think.
Kapler exclaims, "You effed up now, and you effed him 3 times so far. 3 times so far, and you effed him."
And Gabe's thinking 3 of those pitches were not strikes.
Whitson replies, "Yeah, right. How would you know that?" And as Kapler leaves, we see the answer. There's the iPad. Well, that's a different game technically. They have another iPad showing this one with the TV feed, with the TV box. So they're not seeing the actual numbers that are showing that the vertical calls are correct. That first pitch horizontal, yeah, that was absolutely a ball. That was missed. But the 2 vertical ones were correct. And I'm going to show you how to access that.
Frustrated with the strike zone.
For what it's worth, there's the pitch with no box.
I mean, both pitchers are getting the same pitch, and that is not missing by much, if it missed at all.
Head on over to the Baseball Savant website. You can get the publicly available data there. Press search. You're going to go down to the search fields, and these are all optional. I like to select the game date. I know who the batter is. I know what the inning is, so I select those as well. And I want to narrow it down even more, so I'm going to say it was a called strike. And when I change my parameters, and this is important, you want to include plate X and plate Z, also known as PX and PZ. Press search. I get one result. This is the 4th inning call. PX negative 0.6, PZ negative 3.52. Those numbers should look familiar. Top and rad are different things. I do rad myself. Top is 3.4. You add 0.12 to get rad because that's the radius of a baseball. Notice that PZ and rad are the same number, which means this pitch is a strike on the computer, and that's exactly what the pitch chart shows. You can access this graphic by going to the graphs link, and from the menu that comes up, select pitch chart. And that's exactly why the manager is so upset and the umpire is so confused, because the umpire is going to look at it and see, oh yeah, that's a strike. We're not even talking about buffer zone. This is a strike without the zone. But for the manager, he sees this TV zone on the iPad and thinks, all of them were wrong. And that is the great baseball disconnect.
It's similar to that. You did a good